The day I met him was the day I began to change. One glance at that smile, that face, and everything else he displayed, I was hooked. And I got these butterflies in my stomach and felt excited for the first time in a long time over a guy. I imagined who he was, what his name was, and whether I had a chance to get to know him in a romantic way. 2 years went by and the crush still remained. A crush that brought me joy but at the same time drove me insane. It wasn't until that one day where life decided I was ready for the game. My sister got his name and told me to add him on Facebook. Oh, you know I did. With anxiety coursing through my veins, I set up my profile before reaching out to this guy I couldn't stop thinking about. And then we chatted and talked on the phone. I was so nervous but extremely happy all on my own. So the days went by and we went out every week. We talked every night until one of us fell asleep. I thought, this is it. I found the person I love. Oh, how wrong was I? You see, I became addicted with the special feeling he gave me whenever he called me princess, pretty, beautiful, or his treasure. I got a high from the sweet words and talks of the future that when he went silent, when I couldn't get in touch with him, I felt lost. I craved his attention. I wanted to be the girl he wanted, even if I had to change who I was. That's how desperately I wanted it to work, because in my mind, no one else would like me like he did. Sleepless nights spent crying over a guy that became too important to me in a matter of months. As smart as I was academically, straight A honor student, I was not smart enough when it came to love. I wanted his acceptance more than anything, that I slowly started to question my worth. But somehow, I didn't completely lose focus of my value. Even when he brought up sex, promising to be the best, promising that he'd love me more and say if I didn't do it, I didn't like him enough. So that's when I snapped. This guy who had become my world showed me his true motives, continued his sweet words and loving attitude, but kept indirectly pressuring me to give in. As much as I liked him, as much as I wanted it to work, that pressure was too overbearing and slowly the feelings began to fade. It was crazy. The first few days without talking to him, without hearing those tender words I had grown obsessed with. Those days turned into weeks and months, and eventually I was okay. Well, maybe not fully okay. Whenever I saw my friends or family in their relationships, I thought about going back, even if it meant sleeping with him, because I wanted that affection that he gave me. He was the first guy I ever went out with, the one who introduced me to the feeling of love. But since then, I haven't been the same. When I feel lonely, I feel the need to get reassurance from a guy. How can I explain the uncontrollable high love gave me? Fast forward, a year or so has passed, and I still think about those times. Then again, I dodged a bullet. He wasn't the one. He would have destroyed me if I had let myself be overcome. That void is still there, but I'm working on getting it repaired. Love is definitely a beautiful thing, but it can also turn ugly, interlock with sadness, and cause you to forget everything else you deem important. Oh, the craving still remains. The craving is still there. Yes, that craving still remains. The craving isn't going anywhere.